The conspiracy deepens. They deny it still.
Wake the fuck up!
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
So you might have to rewind this part of the video a couple of times just to understand what I'm trying to point out here. If you pay attention to Kirby's crosshair right here, you're going to see that he's not just shooting at his target. He's actively aiming on or next to the target and then trying to do a flick shot. And this is very apparent in the first and third shot because he's actually doing the same motions, it's just in opposite directions. And the shots are timed differently, where the first shot shoots where he initially aims onto the target, and then you see the flick shot motion. And the third shot, you'll see him lock next to the target, aim off of the target, and then shoot him during the flick shot motion. The reason the second shot is messed up is because he was actually shot during this exchange. And even then, he afterlocks next to the target after his second shot. And understand, this is going tick by tick. And this afterlock happens in roughly 5 ticks, which is 40 milliseconds. Which is 0.04 seconds from the time he shoots his second shot until he's locked back on next to the target. Which is way too fast for a human being to even recognize that there's a problem, let alone fix the problem and then set it up to do a flick shot. When he gets to the last 2 targets, you're going to see another attempt at this overaim flick shot, and eventually he's going to crouch, and like I've said in previous videos, I believe that crouching and uncrouching triggers their aim key. You'll see his crosshair start shaking above the target on the left, and this could be him just shaking his mouse, but what I honestly think it is this bot trying to do this over-aim flicking that it's been doing this whole time, but it won't actually shoot during the crouch animation, which is why you just see the shaking back and forth until the crouch is actually complete. And then when the crouch is completed, you're going to see a hesitation, and then another flick shot. And then he actually aims at his weapon and does a flick shot onto his weapon before he uncrouches and is aimed at the next target. And the reason why he's shooting at the weapon is because weapons spawn as entities once they're dropped on the map. And this is something that cheat developers use for target swapping, so you don't immediately jump to the next target after you're done shooting the first target. You're going to shoot the weapon, shoot in a couple random spots, and then jump to the next target. I also found out that if you turn interpolation on and compare the crouch animations, that interpolation will smooth out the ticks during the crouch animation, so you can tell whether or not they're aiming during, before, or after the crouch animation. And in this case, he's aiming during the crouch animation, so when he uncrouches, he's immediately shooting at the target's head. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button or the dislike button and leave a comment down below. Big shout out to all my Patreon supporters for doing their thing and making all this possible. And if you want to have your say in the next players to be reviewed, or if you're interested in early access to the videos I put out, make sure you check out my Patreon page for available options.